there YouTube, Gamer Ninja here. Sorry about me being kind of sweaty, but again, if you haven't watched the other videos, I mentioned that I was called out by Bunny Bites Gaming to have a couple of battles. We agreed to do a generation battle, which I've already done a video on, and it'll probably be uploaded. Also describing the team building process with that. It sort of has its own little special rules, but other than that, it's not too complicated. And then we also agreed to have some random battles because random battles make me tilt off the face of the earth. And then we also had a little cup battle. And then finally, we agreed to have an RU battle. Little Cup and RU, I have done very little in personally, but I figured we could at least showcase some team building process, because in the end the team building process is still the same. You look at Pokemon and you try to sort of piece them together like a jigsaw puzzle to try to make them all work together really well. With that in mind, I already sort of had an idea of two Pokemon that I wanted to sort of build around. The first one is Alamomola. It's just a really strong water type wall. And this is going to be a very bulky team, because I'm not entirely sure what Bunny's going to bring. It's going to be a very tank-heavy team. So, Alamomola comes to mind immediately, because it's a water type with a massive HP stat. Pretty decent defenses overall for something in RU. And then it also gets Regenerator, which is absolutely astounding. Scald, I guess, is a good move just because it's fantastic. I'm not sure what else I'd run, though. Would I run Ice Beam? Yeah, I guess I could run Ice Beam. Pain Split's interesting. But I think I like, Toxic here. And then, well, we'll see here. Let's see what Smoggin says, actually. It's used in Ubers? What? Seriously? Huh. Good to know. Wish Protect, Skull, Toxic, or Knockoff. Okay, so it does go the Wish Protect route. Oops, excuse me. We'll close that there. Wish Protect. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna... That makes sense, I guess. The Wish Protect route. Wish Protect and Toxic with Skull give you a ton of bulk. It's just a really solid, bulky, defensive monstrosity. Here I'm going to actually remove some HP EVs. This is for Leftovers and Stealth Rock. Basically, because you have an odd number, you'll get 1 extra point of healing on Leftovers, and you'll get 1 extra switch in due to how Stealth Rock works. That's basically the reasoning behind that. So we'll put that into the 8 in Special Defense. Okay, so with that in mind, I also wanted to use Registeel. I think this would actually be a really good defensive core here. Again, we'll use Leftovers. Clear Body's a fantastic ability, and I don't see much use for Light Metal unless everything's running Low Kick, which very rarely happens. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with this moveset. Certainly, Seismic Toss is a fantastic thing, because I'm not going to invest at all in the offensive stats, and just being able to do repeated 100 points of damage is pretty nice. Explosion is hilarious, but it's kind of nerfed in this generation. I guess I could go for Toxic here. We'll go with Stealth Rock, because that's a fantastic move in general, and I don't see myself getting any other Stealth Rockers. I'm not sure. I might have to edit this a little bit. Well, hold on. Let's see what Smoggin says and see if I agree with it. But let's just do this. Smoggin analysis. Let's see what Smoggin says. Port and Wall, Mono Steel typing, great bulk. So it runs Toxic, Thunderwave / Protect. With Clear Body, Leftovers, max stuff. Yeah. Okay, that's what I was sort of thinking. I wasn't sure if I should run Thunder... I kind of want to run both Thunderwave and Toxic, but I wasn't entirely sure. But it makes sense, because basically if something is a very fast threat, I have Thunderwave. If it's a bulky threat, I have Toxic. Seismic Toss will do repeated damage for both. It works out well. So, we'll just try that. the alternative option was going the Wish Protect, the Protected Toxic route and just being the stalling machine. And again, we're going to take some EVs there and go 248 and then put the 8 in defense. Yeah, this thing is an absolute monstrous wall if you invest it right. And in case anyone didn't notice, that's a base 165 HP. That is near Blissey level. I think Blissey has 255? Yeah, 255. Which is still way higher, but there's not a whole lot of Pokemon that beat Alomomola in terms of base HP. I think the only other Pokemon is Chansey, if I recall. Chansey has 165 or 250, excuse me. Yeah, 250. I can't think of anything that actually beats it. But these two will form a very nice defensive core. With Alomomola sort of providing burns to any physical threats. Registeel basically soaking up any toxic that Alomomola really does not want to see. And eating fire attacks, grass attacks. It's absolutely fantastic. We're going to get Chansey out of here. But what other Pokemon do I want to use here? But yes, you can just sort of use, you can use Smogon to sort of give yourself some ideas here. If you see a Pokemon that you want to use, but you're not entirely sure how to use it, then don't be afraid to use Smogon. It's not cheating at all. It's a resource, just like anything else you can use. That being said, don't be that guy and calc everything and then complain about rolls. It's really annoying and time-consuming, and no one likes you at the end of it. Okay, so, we kind of need a fighting type trick just because Registeel can take hits, but I don't have stable recovery, so I really want something to just be able to take fighting type moves, so, what comes to mind? Cofagrigus would be cool. I've never actually used Aromatisse. Actually, those are some pretty good stats for a wall. For a defensive Pokemon, at least. Ooh, and it gets Aroma Veil. That's right. Aroma Veil is fantastic because it prevents a lot of shenanigans here. We're going to go Leftovers again because it's fantastic. Aroma Veil prevents Taunt, which is absolutely key on a Pokemon like that. Like, this thing is fantastic. If its stats were higher, it would definitely be OU. I'm just curious to see what everyone else is using. Wish, Protect, Moonblast, Aromatherapy. Okay. Calm Mind, Rest. That's interesting. I don't know if I need Aromatherapy, though. I like the Wish, Protect, Moonblast thing, but I'm probably going to just go for something a little bit more aggressive. Wish, Protect, Moonblast, because it's Moonblast, and then, what else do I get? Toxic would be fantastic, and it's basically the same thing that Alomomola does. Dazzling Gleam, I have Moonblast, which is basically Dazzling Gleam, but way better. Flash Cannon could be interesting. Magic Coat could be funny. We'll just go with Toxic. I mean, I'm basically declaring that this is going to be a bulky stall-ish team anyway. Oops, Wish, Protect, Moonblast. That was what I just got rid of. And I'm basically declaring that this is going to be a stall-based RU team, and it looks like it's going to be actually a lot of fun. I normally don't like using stall, but I'm going to be using Pokemon I have very little familiarity with. So, again, odd number, toss 4 extra points somewhere else. Other trick, 0 IVs, and attack, good, good, and good. Alright, sweet. It actually does that automatically. So, on your walls, you really want to have as little attack IVs as possible, unless you have an actual reason to keep attack IVs. The reason for that is because confusion damage is based off of your attack stat, and there is a move called Foul Play that is also based off of your attack damage. And we're going to just clear these here, because I just realized that was at the bottom. Anyway, that just sort of prevents a lot of damage, and it can save you the game, really. It sounds ridiculous, but it's not even close. It's really, really important. What other Pokemon are in here? Bronzong's cool. Ooh, Uxie. I kind of do need something that's fast-ish, so for now we're gonna make this the Choice Scarfer. Let's just assume that I make this Choice Scarf with Psyshock. Let's see, what else? Trick? Yeah, Trick will work. Shadow Ball, I guess, and Thunderbolt? Does it learn Thunderbolt? Yes, it does. And then we'll just check and see what Smogon says regarding that. Defensive Pidget. Okay, so it doesn't even suggest that. I don't see why it not. Base 75, while not great, is definitely usable at a tier that's relatively lower. And the Choice Scarf is just there for sheer surprise factor. What do they use in UU? Okay. This is going to catch a lot of people off guard. I thought more people would try this, actually. It has enough bulk to just sort of hang around, and then the Choice Scarf pushes its speed up to higher levels. So, whatever. Their loss, I guess. We'll see how well it works, I should say. Here we're just going to max out our offenses and our speed, because this is our one offensive Pokemon. It should be fast enough to deal with most things that I need it to. It's going to have over 500 speed, I believe. So, we'll see how it works. Next Pokemon. I could use Jellicent, but I already have. We'll see. I don't think Jellicent is the right fit, because I already have very dedicated wall Pokemon, and while Jellicent can sort of function as a stall breaker with Taunt, it's not really its main job. Oh. That could work. I really want a wall breaker here, so Choice Specs would be worth it. And if I recall, yes, it does get Regenerator. Fantastic. I was concerned that that might have been only a Slowbro thing, but Slowking gets it too. With Regenerator, we have Momentum here, and that's fantastic. Scald is fantastic. I'll take Toxic too, actually, because I actually have an idea with this set. Trick, which is also really fun, and then, I don't know what else to use. Oh, Psyshock, duh. Since I want it to be a wall breaker, I might as well have it hit on both ends of the spectrum for no goddamn reason. So, the idea behind this set is actually you hit really hard until you come into a wall. You trick your Choice Specs onto it, and you get ideally leftovers or some defensive item. They're locked in on a really weak move to hammer on your naturally high defense stats, excuse me, and then you just sort of play a very stall-y based game, while still having the power to beat out walls or other Pokemon in just a flat-out attack off, just because you have Choice Specs. Choice Specs also promotes switches, which takes advantage of Regenerator. It's a pretty nice set, if I do say so myself. Out of curiosity, does Smogon do this? Assault Vest pivot, okay. Defensive pivot, and no, it doesn't really look like it. Okay, cool. I came out with something moderately unique. And now for the last Pokemon. What do I need? Is there anything at all interesting? I could use just some big, bulky, big threat to use, but I'm not entirely sure what. I could use Rhyperior. Rhyperior would fit the bill. Does Rhyperior fit the bill that I want it to, though? Galate's fantastic. Anything else get Regenerate? Ooh, Meloetta. Meloetta would work. I'm not sure what item I want yet, but I believe it gets a move called Relic Song, which lets it transform, and it has a 10% sleep chance. That's not really why you use it. But you use it so you can take advantage of the close combat. But do I want to? Because once it switches over to Dance form or Pirouette form or whatever it's called, it sort of loses, I believe it loses a lot of its bulk. So, with that in mind, maybe I just want to do something kind of crazy. So, if we go U-turn, we'll go Dazzling Gleam. Well, maybe Meloetta isn't the Pokemon we want. Let's take a look-see here. I'm not sure. Let's look at the other Pokemon just so as to take a look. Pokemon. Braviary would be cool. Delphox is a really fun Pokemon to use as well. Escavalier, Emboar, Golbat. Golbat brings back memories. Fun trivia, Crobat was the first Pokemon I actually sat down and EV trained. So, I sort of have a fondness for the annoying bat. I still hate running into a million Zubats, but I do have a fondness for Crobat. And Golbat, actually. And since it is a Golbat, I could run Eviolite, which means that its defenses aren't actually bad. I think I'll go with Infiltrator here. And I don't really know what I want this set to do. Let's see what Smogon does with this thing. Defog, yeah, that would help. Roost, Brave Bird, Toxic, Super Fang, Taunt. I'm not sure. So, yeah. Okay, so we'll do Defog Roost, which is pretty much what I expected to do. Because I do need a hazard remover. It's not hugely necessary, but any amount of damage I can prevent is less time I need to spend healing my Pokemon and more time I can spend pounding the crap out of them with Toxics, Burns, Tricks, etc. So Defog is handy. Roost is nice just because it's recovery on a bulky Pokemon. Then from here, I think I want Super Fang. Or do I? No, I want Brave Bird because I already have enough ways to beat out other walls in the form of Toxics on over half my team and Tricks on a third of my team. So I think I have enough ways to get around walls. So I don't know what I want for my last moveset. I guess Toxic? Or do I want Taunt? Ooh, this is hard. This is actually kind of hard. Whirlwind is also an interesting option. I don't... Oh, I do have a way to set up rocks. That's right, I gave it to Registeel. I don't know. Brave Bird is a must. I guess I go for Toxic here. Or do I really need... Do I need the Taunt is the question. A lot of my moves are beaten by Taunt, but I have Aromatisse to beat out other Taunters. U-turn provides switch enabling and works well with Slowking and Alomomola due to Regenerator. We'll throw Toxic on here and we'll just try it. And yeah, that looks like a good EV spread. I'm being really lazy with the EV spreads just because I'm tired and I'm going to be doing these battles very shortly. But I think this will work out nicely. So anyway, as you saw in this video, I did use Smogon websites. I didn't take everything directly from Smogon, but I did use it to sort of clarify my thoughts and see, hey, does this actually work? The big wild card is going to be this Choice Scarf Uxie, which I think is going to be a lot of fun to use. But you sort of saw me editing the EV spreads that were provided, even just slightly to make better numbers for Stealth Rocks and such. I think this is going to be a fun team. I'll eventually give nicknames and such, but I'm just going to call this RU Bunny. But anyway, I'm the Gamer Ninja. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope I win these battles. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video.